Hi, I'm Mariah May the Glamour, and you're watching The Gift of Gabe.
Security ate it, not Joe. Oh no, this is what we were trying to avoid. Swerve said hard to the stuff by Joe, not Joe. Swerve said he had some words for Joe inside the ring, and now it's Joe putting Swerve in the ring. Yeah, Swerve's hurt, guys. He hit his rib cage on the top of those steps. And Joe knows Swerve's hurt, and that's bad for Swerve. Joe is in the ring now, and he is just eyeballing Swerve. Is he eyeballing Swerve, or maybe I'm wrong? No, get the hell out of there, dude. Swerve compromised. No. It's not as... Oh! Where did Swerve come from? The house call! Joe goes down! He caught Joe right on the side of the jaw. Yeah, he did. Came running through with that kick, that pump kick. Strickland's not done. Oh, but Joe up to his feet. It's going to take more than that house call to keep Joe down, Taz. Yeah, Joe's so tough. You're not that man. He pissed off Joe. Muscle Buster City coming right here. Swerve does not need this to happen to him tonight. 4 days away. Dynasty's around it Sunday night. The Muscle Buster's about to land. Swerve goes down. You know, I don't want to point fingers, but Swerve's the one that walked out of here with the microphone, right? Yeah. So it was Joe that provoked Swerve. Well, you know, Joe knew what he was doing, and Swerve took the bait. And look at this. Will this be the seed at Dynasty this Sunday live on pay-per-view?
Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. What an incredible Dynamite go-home show that we just had tonight before Dynasty. And man, a lot of stuff went down here tonight. First off, Ospreay and Claudio deliver an absolute classic before the Dragon faces the Aerial Assassin this Sunday night. Willow is about to win the TBS Championship in 4 days, and Swerve's destiny as the first black AEW World Champion awaits him as we're just 4 days away from AEW's version of cinema. Guys, don't worry. Everything that happened here on the show tonight, you're going to hear right here and right now. So get ready to like and hit that subscribe button, because the newest episode of The Gift of Gabe covering tonight's Dynamite starts, I'm thinking, right about, now.
Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe. Okay, guys, so we got the first match of the evening started. It was supposed to be, you know, Adam Copeland, TNT champion, teaming up with Willow versus TBS champion Julia Hart and Brody King. Willow got taken out beforehand, and it ended up in a whole angle of, you know, Copeland and King doing the brunt of the work, you know, building up for their huge trios match this Sunday at Dynasty. Willow comes out, did some cool moves on Brody King. I was really hoping for a pounce or a body slam, but it's all right. And then once Willow made the tag, she gets hit immediately with Julia with the steel chain, and then Brody and Julia win the match. I really do like the angle they went with here, because it makes sense. We heard Julia was a bit banged up shoulder-wise. She literally just threw one punch with a chain, and that was it. So I really do like the way they executed it tonight to protect her injury and still, like, get the big spots and sell the story for both respective matchups. But it pretty much makes it super clear that no matter what, Willow is going to win the TBS Championship at Dynasty. I don't know how long this match is going to be. The fact that Julia really didn't do much makes me think, I don't know if we had Christian Cage, Jack Perry all out 2022 when Christian was her kind of situation where it's like that. But I feel like this match might be like maybe like 7 minutes, or maybe they were just protecting it so that she could go at least 10 minutes at Dynasty, you know, with literally 4 more days to go. But at the end of the day, I'm all happy for Willow winning. It's just going to feel a little weird. It makes sense to go for her and Mercedes. That makes sense to finish off from what they had last year. But it just feels weird in the sense of like she's going to win the TBS title and then immediately drop it. But my thought is maybe Chris Statlander is the one that attacked Mercedes Moné and or attacked Willow and will end up costing her the championship against Mercedes. Probably turning Mercedes heel as well. And then we can kickstart that Willow and Chris Statlander rivalry, which will be top tier. But no matter what, these are the things to take away. 1, Willow is still over as hell, and she will be our next TBS champion. Okay, you guys, we had great matches and segments all across the board here tonight to build toward Dynasty and afterwards. Like, STP honestly is looking super strong with the addition of Anthony Ogogo. They've been featured really prominently, and I see a big, big future, maybe even some championships if things all line up correctly for this freaking trio. I feel like they're firing on all cylinders. But speaking of one of the top trios, it's the Elite, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Nicholas, and Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, the Continental Champion. Won a great matchup over Daniel Garcia, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Pac to get us kicked off for those respective matchups at Dynasty. The hell, they're going to run it back on Collision with, Pac teaming up with FTR against the new Elite. But then, guys, match of the night by far goes by God Ospreay versus Claudio Castagnoli of the BCC. Match was incredible, just as we thought. Freaking right out the gate, these guys were beating each other's ass, and it closes with an amazing sequence of Ospreay countering the swing into a great DDT. Bam, hidden blade, and we are done. Well, match-wise, because then the rest of the Don Callis family came out. Fletcher, the Ring of Honor television champion, Takeshita, and Powerhouse, all to beat down Claudio before Jon Moxley, who made his return tonight, the IWGP World Champion. I'm so happy for him. Ended up fighting them all off, and Ospreay was not really feeling it. So I'm really kind of wondering now, it kind of popped into my head, this Ospreay versus Danielson match, which, God, will be so great. I'm so excited, literally only 4 days away, could end up leading us to Double or Nothing, where we get our Anarchy in the arena with the Don Callis family versus BCC 4-on-4. But when I thought about that, that is really dependent on Wheeler Yuta finally getting back to action, because he's been out of action since January, and they didn't even strip him of the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, so I don't know what's going on, but that looks like the direction they might be going for, because there's been Anarchy in the arena every year. It's a staple of the live crowd version, outside of Daly's Place, for Double or Nothing, so I feel like it's going to end up happening, and I have no problem with that match, because you can basically base it on Ospreay, who has never even teamed with his stablemates in AEW. He teamed with Castro once, but he hasn't teamed with Hobbs or Fletcher. He's fought against all 3 of them. That could be how he starts to distance himself, because he wasn't happy tonight with them getting involved afterwards, and I think that will lead to some combustion, and then Ospreay going off on his own, when Swerve wins the World Championship to fight against him at All In 2. But either way, guys, I cannot wait for Dynasty. Ospreay versus Danielson is going to be match of the year, match of the decade contender, but don't mistake by any means that the Billy Goat is walking out with anything but a big fat W on the evening at Dynasty. Okay, you guys, this freaking card for Dynasty is absolutely stacked all the way from the Bang Bang Gang about to win the Trios Championships, become the greatest 3-man group soon before, because Rakar is coming back in history, all the way to the main event. Aside from Jericho, we need a bathroom break. It is what it is. All the way to the main event. Swerve versus Joe for the AEW World Championship. Just 4 days away. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4 days away from Swerve's destiny of becoming the first African-American AEW World Champion. From seeing him from even in his WWE days when he was Isaiah Swerve Scott, to Hit Row, to coming here in AEW, Swerve in Our Glory, everything. This man has been knocked down time after time after time, especially in this Joe feud, because he's gotten his ass kicked multiple times, including tonight, but he just keeps getting back up because he won't stop until he achieves his destiny, becoming AEW World Champion, cementing his name in the history books and carrying the flag into a whole new era for AEW. The match is absolutely going to slap. The freaking blast angle that we got tonight with the face-off, and then Swerve literally wiping out the whole security and then landing on his feet before the huge brawl. This feud is an example of one of AEW's like version of cinema, and I'm just so excited. I have no doubt. Joe, his reign as champion has been really good. Nice solid 4 months. This will be the best match. Honestly, it might be arguably the best match of his entire AEW run, and he's had a lot of good ones because the emotional feel and match quality are all just going to come together to create magic in the main event of Dynasty, where Swerve will finally be crowned fittingly as the first black AEW World Champion and firmly cement this officially as whose house? Swerve's house. Okay, you guys, that is Dynamite. We are Dunsky. Put it in the rearview mirror and we are done. Dynasty is this Sunday. I cannot wait, but don't forget that Backlash is just upcoming in a few weeks. And before we get down to that, guess what? It's the draft. Who's going where? Who's going there? Who's going to be the next face of either Raw or SmackDown? It's going to be absolutely wild. We get to SmackDown this Friday. Will we hear from Cody Rhodes again? Like, another roaring promo. And, will we hear from the, hey, yo, future father, Mr. Primetime himself, Logan Paul. We will hear from, the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, A-Town Down Under, because, like on Raw, I guarantee they're presented with the new WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And we will have LA Knight, versus AJ Styles to determine who faces Cody Rhodes for his championship at Backlash. Guys, you're not going to want to miss any of these shows coming up. You're not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So, keep on liking and keep on subscribing. And keep on remembering that when it comes talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed a really solid Dynamite go-home show tonight. It's time to buckle in, get ready for Dynasty, but get ready to, fight on Friday night, this Friday night on SmackDown first. So, until then, you guys, deuces spuces, and I will see you guys after SmackDown.
Until then, chin up, tits out, line.
Watch The Gift of Gabe.
Darling, that is my part, and now you've ruined the moment.